That's a good stat. Read this before we do the intro. I'm going to have to fact check this one. I'm not 100% sure it's accurate, but life expectancy dropped an average of 3.7 years from playing F122.
What? Really?
No, it's obviously a joke.
Oh.
It's but it's a good one. It's a very good joke because it's like very believable. You're like, yeah, I can see it. It's really frustrating, this game. Anyways, welcome everyone. We're live. Zenith Online Racing back for round 8 of Tier 1. 17 cars. That's what we like to see. 17 cars. We're in Australia. Get the race weekend going. We got GP Colin drinking his whiskey sour. Is it a whiskey sour again? Yeah, could tell by the sound.
Whiskey sour tonight.
Tall glass again?
Yes, it is. I could share photographs if need be.
Yeah, well, I can't put them on the stream, so don't rush.
Oh, that's true.
Don't rush to it. Someone's got the inters on. Is that I was gonna say it looks kind of rainy, right? I don't think it is raining.
It's dank.
Dank? I don't think you're using that word properly.
It's clammy, cold,
damp.
drizzly.
You mean? Wouldn't that be damp?
No. Look up the word dank. My wife hates that word, by the way.
I'm not surprised. I don't really like it particularly either.
Not to spite you. I thought it might.
Say is on the inters. I don't know if it's like supposed to be like imminent rain because it looks like people are rushing to get out. Say is on inters. I'm not. It does look like it's gonna rain, honestly. Like that. Like I would say, like if it was sunny before, let's just imagine here for a second. If it was sunny like 5 minutes ago, and then you saw it start looking like this, would you go, "Oh yeah, it definitely looks like it's gonna rain"?
Yeah.
Okay, so coming into the session and seeing this, you would have to assume that it's a pretty high risk.
Yeah.
Let's get the YouTube stream open.
So I think T-Brum is the first driver. Obviously he's pretty fast. Nice orange helmet with a little rooster tail on top there. You see that?
With his helmet?
Yeah.
He's got the little fin. It's a little goldfish helmet.
A little fin on top. There you go.
That's why he's so fast.
Oh, what's going on here? I don't have my volume for some. Oh, yes, I do. It's not loud enough.
Yeah. If that ever happens, like sometimes I've noticed, like lately, the game like doesn't have music in the menu, and then I get into the session and it's fine. But the sometimes the game audio doesn't work when you get into the session. You just whoa, huge crash for T-Brum there.
Shit, I'm trying to fix my audio.
I can't believe he's not out. That was a huge impact. Anyway, T-Brum with a moment there. So yeah, if you ever get into a session and you have no sound, you just pause it and unpause it, and it fixes it. I have no idea why, but
yeah, I had to get it off of chat only for all audio. All right, so that's enough. TD, not TD, T-Brum.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. Here we got Mario about to finish a lap. No, he's on an out lap. Who do we have? Let's go back to that. Zamogla's about to finish a run. It's going to be a 19.3 for Zem, the first time on the board. Check the next one. Wow, Grim barely off of Zem. That is extremely tight. Very close stuff there. Jinnit 20.1, so he's not even in the same realm as these guys right now. Sam blows that time away, 18.6 for Sam.
Nice, good for Sam.
That's a really good lap.
He must be getting accustomed to his new wheel, huh?
Yeah, I think he's got himself a teammate now in Scavney. Scavney said he should be able to go full time, so.
Sweet.
See what I mean? You inject a few drivers, and all of a sudden the series comes alive. Denmark's rejoined out of nowhere. He was absent for multiple seasons, just showed up again and said, "Hey, I want to race." So I was like, "Here you go. There's the seat. There's the keys. Jump in." And
Oh,
then
Sniper's out. What happened to him?
don't know actually. I missed that. Yeah, Denmark returns. Scavney looking back full time. Then obviously the tier 2 guys that were here most weeks anyway now are going to count and could qualify, which will make it even more competitive. You know, they honestly looked like they belonged last week. They didn't look out of place. Barrios, there we go. 3 up, 3 down. Got out of the inning, no hits. Good stuff.
So are all these tier 2 drivers allowed to score points and qualify? It looks like they are.
Yep. Yeah, they are now. Yeah, they're.
Okay.
I gave them the option to go full time so that they could. I mean,
Nice.
you know, 10 cars and 3 racing that don't count. It's just not. It wasn't cutting it anymore.
Right.
I had about half a season left. I figured let's do this right and carry on strong into next season. Could try recruiting, but I don't think it's going to matter. People just don't seem into this game, so why not let the people that are interested race?
Yep. I think it was a great call.
Yeah, Mario's put up a good time.
Comes Carson. Carson crosses. Oh, not a very good lap for him. I don't think he's going to be very happy with that.
Yeah, Lunar's put up a good lap, but nowhere near Mario. Mario World with a really strong time at the front, and looks like the benchmark early. It does look like the sun's coming out now.
What's Say doing? I mean, he's still in the pit.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. He's got the quali ban.
Ow!
This is his second one now, so he had to serve 2 in a row for retiring on track.
Oh, come on, Say, you know better than that.
Well, remember he did that under the safety car, and he also had a penalty, I think, that race. So it was like 2 things, slam dunk. Here's your penalty points. You're serving back-to-back quali bans now. That came from us reducing the thresholds for qualifying bans to try and clean up the racing a little bit. So basically, if you retire on track, you get 5. It's an instant qualifying ban.
And it's not hard to just make your way around to the pits. I totally understand.
Yeah, exactly.
The emotion of it, and it's awful hard. However, you got to try to think of the league itself and the other drivers that are out there, and the possible damage to their race you may cause if you do retire on track. So
the only thing I'll point out is that we were already under the safety car, so I don't think that there was a big risk of him causing any issues in that sense. But nonetheless, I mean, the rules are there for a reason, right? So
yeah, they're there. We need to follow them. We should anyway. Whoa, Jinnit.
Yeah, Jinnit got himself back in the mix now, up there. I mean, really, the times are extremely competitive, aside from Mario, who's just leaps and bounds ahead right now. And the best part for Mario is he got to watch the first inning of Barrios give up 3 runs, and then he had to jump in the car, so he's probably wondering what the hell is going on now. Well, I will let him know that Barrios got out of the second inning, no problem.
Well, now that he's got that provisional pole, maybe he's back to watching the game.
Yep, perhaps, yeah. Yeah, exactly. He was like, you know what, I'm just going to go out there, just get a 7/10 gap, and then I'll continue watching the game.
Ooh, TD has a terrible time. I wonder if he had something happen to him on his lap. Or maybe he took on enough fuel to have 2 competitive laps, 2 qualifying laps. Because he seems to be pushing.
Oh! I was on board with Sam, and wow, what a shunt. He is out of qualifying. Big smash up there. And he looked quick today. That's really unfortunate for Sam. He can't afford that. Find another driver. Zamagos is about to finish a lap. He's up 6.5 tenths. That would put him in a pretty competitive spot. I would say right around Asylum, maybe even ahead of Jinnit if he can find a little more time.
So TD's up 4 tenths. So where does that put him? It doesn't quite move him up. It doesn't change his position at all. A 136, 36.6 for Scabney. How long has he been away?
He's been racing here and there with the reserve role.
So I think T-Brum's on a hot lap.
Yeah, let's get to T.
He's invalidated.
I will say his pace is there, but the consistency is really problematic. He's had a smash up already, invalidated the lap. I think he's been picking up time penalties in the races, and then obviously he's crashed out of a couple leads as well. So if you could just kind of take it down like 10% and eliminate those mistakes, it'd probably be winning races pretty consistently.
Hey, look at Asylum, P2.
Yeah, that's a really good time. It's definitely right in the mix of that midfield sort of chunk. I mean, I guess it's podium chunk. The whole midfield is in contention for a podium.
Yeah. Yeah, there are no sleepers in here. They're all bona fide podium contenders.
Yeah. Denmark. Denmark about to wrap a lap up here.
Oh, winner P2.
So he's into the 17s, but still nowhere near Mario.
So who are you on with Denmark? As he comes down the front straight.
Oh, we got...
Oh, moved up one spot.
EN in the chat. I wonder if that is Ethan. Mario World. EN in the YouTube chat. But yeah, saying you can't trust Barrios. Surprised he hasn't given up more. You know, I would love, like, I definitely agree, and obviously I don't trust him yet, but he really needs to figure it out. Like, we can't afford for another season of no trusting Barrios. We need him to be better. Especially the way Bassett looked the other day. We don't know if Kikuchi's going to actually figure it out. So there's a lot to be concerned about if Barrios doesn't get out of this game in good shape. He's allowed 3, and we're in the bottom of the 3rd now, and he's got 1 out. Got to figure he's got it under control now. Looks like he's locating well. So, anyways, we're commentating a race, not baseball. I could move on to baseball, though. I was thinking, I'm like, what a great sport to be a commentator for, right? Like, you work almost every day. You get to watch games. If you've got a good voice for it, you don't have to get, like, terribly excited very often. I'd love to do baseball commentary. I just obviously still have so much to learn about the sport. I'm so new to it.
Well, it's a wonderful sport to, on a warm summer night, be listening to it on the radio.
Even that, yeah.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
Like when you were a younger guy?
Yep, when I was a long time ago.
When you were a young warthog?
Yep. That was just such a nice way to spend the evening before you crashed.
I do find it as a sport that when you do listen on the radio, it is very easy to imagine what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like low and away, and it's like, okay, I know where that pitch ended up. You know,
and
high inside.
And the commentators are obliged to give you more information simply because they know you can't see what's happening. You know, when you're watching the game, they don't need to say as much. But I think that as a radio commentator, if you like to do it, I mean, it's a great way to express yourself and talk a lot about the game.
Oh my God, man.
think he's on a hot lap here.
Yeah, I've been following him.
So he looks like it's a pretty strong time.
Yeah, he got a purple sector 1, so should be top of the times. Yep,
yeah,
that is.
Look at that.
Mario's got work to do.
Take
Mario,
that, Mario. Stop
pause the
watching
game. Yeah, pause the game. You got to get out there. That's going to be deadly, man. Janet starting on pole would be a nightmare. Like
what's he gonna do? He doesn't know what to do from pole.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be bored. I'll probably slow down and let some people by so he can overtake a bit.
He's gonna sit there in the car and he's gonna say, "What happened? Is the lobby all done? I mean, I don't have anybody around me at all."
Yeah, it'll be a quiet night out front if Janet starts on pole. Tibra might have something to say about it, but he has not looked very good so far. Everybody's starting to leave now for their out laps. Asylum out there just about to start his. So we'll ride on board with Asylum. He's in P4, currently looking strong tonight. See if he can get himself into that top 2. Gonna be a lot of time to find if he wants that, but I think he can probably get Lunar. And it's just a matter of if he can get anywhere near Mario.
And Mario is out. He heeded our advice. But Mario and Asylum are teammates here, so.
Well, it could be. Oh, nice. Got a strikeout. Could be a few safety cars. So I was thinking maybe Mario sat in the pits a little longer than normal for maybe to save a set of softs in case that opportunity is there.
Shoot, I missed the split time for Asylum.
Sorry, I jumped off.
It looks to be fairly strong. I don't know if it's going to be strong enough to move up, but it is now. Just slightly slower than his qualifying lap.
Scavney on a warm-up. Smogless on a warm-up. Grim on a warm-up. So he's about to start his. TD on a warm-up. Spot Up is pushing, it looks like.
Spot Up. Spot.
P14 right now. Needs a healthy improvement here. I mean, he's about a second off P10. Yeah, leaving the rotation, I think, we didn't have a choice, man. We had Stripling in there on like an emergency basis, and then Kikuchi basically, you know, with no Barrios in the rotation, like we only had 2 starting pitchers. I mean, 3 with Stripling who shouldn't have been starting, but I don't think that's. I don't think that was even an option. And the amount of money they're paying him, they can't take him out of there. I mean, they've committed to it. Like, they need him to figure it out.
Oh, fuck. Excuse my language.
Oh.
T-Brim had gone... Wow, that was pretty cool. T-Brim had gone purple for first and second sector and then validated at the same time.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that T-Brim doesn't get past lap 10. I think he'll crash out. I don't think I've ever seen him this bad in qualifying, so put him in the car for a few laps in a row with fuel, and I don't think he's going to... It does not seem like he's got a setup that's working for him. The car is probably too twitchy, maybe quick, and I think that may be how he runs his races to begin with, but...
Yeah, that's the thing. If you run a fast setup, I mean, riding on the edge, and or driving on the edge, so you need to really keep your focus. Not that losing focus is the reason for all incidents or crashes or whatever, but
Carson with a nice jump.
Wow.
4/10 there. He jumped up to P5. That's a really good spot for Carson. He's been strong the last few weeks as well. And I think that's it. It looks like everybody
It
is
looks
done.
like everybody.
So Mario takes pole position by about a tenth and a bit over Jinnit. Lunar not far off. So Lunar P3, Asylum P4, Carson P5, Scavney P6, Zamongos P7, Sam P8, Gord P9, Denmark P10. And that is a very tight field there up to P3, P4. Top three look like they're probably going to separate a bit.
Well, top 7 are within a second.
Yeah, it's competitive, man. I think it's gonna be a really good race. Top 10 all about a second apart.
So I missed.
Man, they just had a side by side with Guerrero Jr. and his dad. Their swings are almost identical.
Vladdy?
Yeah, old Vladdy. Loves to ground out to second. I swear, man, Vladdy. Like, I swear, man, the amount of times I've heard on the radio or watched him ground out to second, just like, oh my god, again. Like,
hey, they've outlawed the shift.
yeah,
I didn't.
there's been a
know
lot
that
more,
until last week.
a lot more hits getting through. I found.
Big Poppy is like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Why did you do that now? Why didn't you do that like 10 years ago? Who else did they used to do that to? Extremely annoying. As a hitter, it's got to be like, I can hit the other way.
Yeah. Looks sunny. Sunny for the race.
And look at the crew. They're all very, very well positioned. I mean,
They look like fucking mannequins. What the hell is that?
it's like this. They got to work on that.
So creepy. I don't think it's meant to look. I've never noticed that before. Is that like a glitch?
It was like that last week too. I think we saw it last Thursday.
What do we do with them? What do we do with them when we're in the pre-race? I don't know. Just stick them in the pit box. All of them? Yeah, stack them on top of each other.
Yeah, it's just one code.
They're all like half a person glued together. Like, it's so stupid. This game.
Yeah, I can't tell if it look. It's 3 people. I see 3 left hands.
I see
there.
3. Yeah, I see 3 sets of legs there in that Mercedes one. Oh, GP. Why did you point that out? I'm never going to be able to not notice that.
I don't know.
I'm never going to be able to not notice that.
All right, let's. Well, they don't have any good-looking girls up above. They usually have, some girls up above the DHL up there, and there's just a couple, 3 guys up there.
Yeah, it's not a very corporate atmosphere in that little dining hall there. A couple shitty little tables too. It doesn't look like really much is going on. Imagine you're one of those guys in the area. You're like, oh man, I'm getting the air-conditioned paddock box above the pit lane, and you show up. Imagine all the people that are gonna be in there, all the celebrities, all the babes, and you show up and there's like 2 other dudes. It's like, what the hell is this? I paid $17,000 for this.
I'm not sure if I'm seeing this correctly. However, as I look into Lunar Jedi's garage, I see medium tires there. I swear to God, when we started this session here, those were soft tires. I'm gonna have to look at the.
So, do you think that has something to do with the strategy he selected in the car right now?
That would be cool if it was that. It would actually affect.
Okay, hold on. Let's just rewind. All right, we're gonna have a quick little side discussion here. So,
okay,
you pointed out the weird overlapping characters in the pit box, right? And the lack of detail that requires to just put that in the game and leave it and not fix it.
Very simple.
Yet, we're attempting to give them credit for actually changing the spare set of tires sitting in the pit lane based on what the driver on the grid is selecting. There's literally no chance that is what's going on.
I'm really putting my reputation on the line, aren't I?
I don't think so.
Well, actually, yeah, I don't have a reputation, I guess.
You have a
Not a good
reputation.
one, anyway. But yeah, no, I swear to God, I could have sworn that those were soft tires.
Great. Another
And
base
the
hit
pit
for
crew didn't
Barrios.
even move.
Yeah, no, well, I'm not surprised they didn't move. But I don't think the tires changed. I'm not saying you're lying, but
Let's
I,
see.
I mean, there's a chance they changed, but it maybe has nothing to do with what the driver's doing. Because let's be honest, they're not putting that amount of detail in there. If they're doing that, then they need to fix all the other things. If they're thinking
You know, I
about things
didn't.
like that, go fix all this other stuff.
I'm gonna go to my YouTube account and I'm gonna replay.
My God,
Let's see.
Barrios.
How far are we in?
He got out of the last 2 innings really nice, and has given up a base hit on the first like 4 pitches twice now. 2 base hits on like 4 pitches on this
Dump
inning.
them.
So,
Get rid of them.
well, like I said, we kind of paying him $20 million a year. They kind of need him to work.
All right, let's see here. So
I
this
don't
is.
really think you can afford to pull him from the game because that's just going to kill his confidence even more. Jesus Christ, man. Anyways, I'm sorry. You know what's weird? I can put hockey on. I've watched hockey my whole life, and I can put hockey on while we're doing this, and I don't really get distracted by it. But with the baseball, watching these things go wrong, it's like very hard to ignore and getting frustrated by. So what's going on here? These guys are being
There's
ridiculously
a
good.
slight delay, apparently. They must be listening in onto the broadcast and they are entertained by our back and forth. I don't want to hear. I'm watching here to see if I can.
Wait, so Jinnett's
And
missing?
oh, there it is.
What's that?
I believe that they were soft tires. I'll take a little picture so I could zoom in on this sucker. Done. Yeah, there's an issue, huh, with the lobby. A.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see here. They were softs, Bigger.
Were
They
they?
were
You
softs.
looked? They changed
I'm
them.
looking at it
You're
right
joking.
now. Nope, I am not joking. They were softs. I'll stick my reputation on it. I just took a still frame. I just took a picture of my stream. They were softs. I wonder if I can. Well, I won't do that now, but. So, very interesting. Dump that. Dump that. Ooh, hey, you want a couple drink recipes here? How about let's see. Zombie. Oh, that one's pretty easy. Dr. Funk of Tahiti. The original drink prescribed for Robert Louis Stevenson in Tahiti as a cure for heat suffering. Come on. A Pearl Harbor. Well, it doesn't give me the ingredients. What the heck? Mai Tai. A Maui Fizz. Let's see. Ooh, they got the recipe on here for a Samoan fog cutter. A potent vase full of fruits, liquors, and a special blend of potent rum. Drinker beware. Sounds like my type of drink.
Okay, we're starting. So Jinnit has dropped, and no one has heard from him in the chat either. Like, it seems
Uh-oh.
like his internet is completely toast.
Oh, fuck.
Which I find odd that he wouldn't just, like, go on his mobile and you know what I mean?
Well, that sucks.
Like, why wouldn't
Yeah.
he just go on his mobile network? Unless those are down too. So maybe he just can't get online. But yeah, people were like, what do we do? And I'm like, well, we restart. Like, we get Jinnit in and we restart the lobby. And they're like, for one person? And it's like, oh, but he's offline. And he hasn't said anything. And I was like, oh. And I was like, I assumed he'd already been here being like, hey, get me back in.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so it seems like he's just gone MIA. Like, there's no response, there's no reason, or so I guess we just have to go and hopefully he shows up. And
yeah,
if
should
not,
get back in.
I mean, it's bad luck, straight up. You can't just stop the race because one person is. It's like the technical difficulties are like a DNF, basically, is what we always kind of said, right?
So I was very into seeing how Jinnit would fare, starting so close to the front. I mean, he's used to passing 10 guys, 12 guys in a race to get towards the front. Now he would have been just one guy. All right, predictions? You have any?
I need to look at the grid again because
you got Mario. Well, you can discount Matt Legin, aka Jinnit.
You know what? He might make it back though, and I wouldn't be surprised. Like once he's online, I'm sure he'll tag me and be like, "Give me an invite." So we'll keep an eye out for that. It would be nice if we can get him back. At least get something out of it. Like, but you know, you got to figure like the guy. I've never seen.
He's never had issues like this before.
No.
That I'm aware of.
I walked away from the screen for a few seconds, and Barrios has now given up 6 runs. Great.
Well, you can turn your TV off now.
Yeah. All right.
It's only going to serve to piss you off. Oh, we got a spinner. What is that? Oh, I can't find him. All right. Hey, looks like the field is lining up, buddy.
All right, we're getting ready to go.
Warmed.
7 runs now. Can we get him out of the game yet, or? Our pitchers suck. They're gonna be making a trade tomorrow.
So it looks like everybody. Oh.
Everybody's here. Yeah, there we go. The lights are on. 3, 4, and 5 lights. And we go racing in Australia. It's like a bad start for Lunar. Horrendous start for Lunar. He is dropping like a stone down the order.
Jinnit takes the lead. The ghost of Jinnit.
Yeah. Oh, the AI gets like ridiculous starts, but yeah, he's gonna drop like a stone as well because I think we've lowered the AI now.
Oh, good.
It's just stupid. Like it needs like if there's not a guy driving it, we can't just let them be competitive.
Right. Yeah, I thought when I was hosting, I was setting it at about I think 60.
Yeah, it's a little high for tier 2 or 3, right?
And yeah, it was still kind of, you know, very competitive AI driver.
Yeah.
So wow, everybody's just flying by Matt Legin.
Which is expected. Yeah, man. I've never seen. This has never happened with Jin. I've never seen him drop and just vanish. Like he is. Well, Carson, man, what a start for Carson. He's up to P2. And fighting for the lead now.
Position change.
Yeah.
Carson's up 3 spots.
Very strong 3 spots as well. Gord up 3, TD up 3, Sniper, Say, T-Rim all up 4. So we got some action going on back here. Side by side, that looks like Sniper and Binny. Yep. Even the back of the field's got some good battles going on.
It looks like Mario's starting to say bye-bye.
It's interesting that we just did Australia on the weekend, and now we're doing it in the league this week as well.
Happy coincidence?
That's a very happy coincidence.
Make it this way?
It's very happy. No, it was totally random. But we reversed the calendar, right, for F2, and I think even F2 is on Australia this week because we got delayed a little bit.
Tebrum looking to pass 2. He's gotten past TD. And now, oh, big slide by Tebrum.
Yep.
I don't know if that was caused by Jinnett's ghost or not. I think he'd already passed him. But we all know how annoying and what's the word I'm looking for? Can't get it. Wow, Grim Reaper. All the way down in P15. That's very surprising. Grim Reaper, aka
Grim.
A purple squirrel. Oh, we have an incident there. Was that
squirrel?
That Tebrum?
I think it is Tebrum. It looks like he dropped down the order.
Oh man, completely lost his front wing.
I'm just watching this scrap here with Asylum trying to fend off basically the entire field for P4 or P3, sorry. And then Carson and Mario. No, I didn't. I was out of the room. Well, yeah, I guess the predictions are irrelevant now. I don't know what I would have said. I don't think I would have said Carson fights for the win, but Asylum podium definitely in play. Lunar, Scavney in reach of a podium, and he's been pretty strong actually when he has been here. So I wouldn't be surprised if Scavney maybe get a podium. With Jinnett out of the picture, it really opens up opportunities for guys that normally wouldn't be able to get into that top 3. So
right.
Unfortunate for Jinnett. I don't know what to say. I still haven't heard from him. I know he'll DM me when he gets back online to get an invite, but he's probably. You know what I was gonna say, like with the Discord, like why hasn't he said anything in the Discord? I wonder if he's just so disappointed because he knows he can't get online. He's like, what's the point of going to the Discord? My internet's down anyway.
So we had Spot Up and Tebrum, and
comes Zamoglis. Zamoglis with his first race in a while. He's trying to go around the outside here. We should have DRS now, I would think.
Yeah, lap 4. Wow, look at this little train.
Yeah, but I didn't see any DRS there. There it is. Oh, maybe that, you know what? I think they haven't made that a DRS zone in this game.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
It's a new thing, I think. That, like, sweeping section a little bit. It used to be really...
We only have 3 in the game, but there's 4 in real life.
Real life.
I always find that.
Yeah, really great scrap going for the podium here. I mean, the whole field within within striking distance of that. And then we got Say and Zamoglis putting some pressure on the guys in front of them. Really awesome start to this race so far.
So, Say gets around his teammate Zamoglis. It looked like he was let him go.
Yeah, well, and Zamoglis did a little landscaping there. I don't think that was intentional.
Oh, okay.
Ran deep into the braking zone in turn 1 and caught a little grass on the exit there, trying to get the car rotated.
I'm really surprised he Spot Up came out on the softs. He's got to be obviously planning for a safety car of some sort at some point before those tires go away.
Yeah. Not a bad thing, though, because, I mean, the field is tight here. Gord has dropped away from Scavney a touch, so Gord's starting to hold these guys back.
Denmark spun out. It looks like his wing is intact over in Sector 1.
There we go. We're getting some hits now. Good stuff.
Asylum's been able to keep Lunar back. He's been able to fend him off. I mean, Lunar's been in the DRS the entire time, but over the last lap, Asylum's kind of increased his lead just a hair, a tenth or so.
Yeah, it is starting to, you know, the little battles are starting to settle in a little bit here. Guys are starting to find that little edge and building and maintaining the gaps. So gonna say, like, you know, if you watch, TD has spun, so he's down at the back of the field now. I think he got out of it without damage, though. Front wing, can't see. Front wing looks good, so I think he'd be okay if he gets the tires stabilized. But here we go. We got Seye looking to make a move on Sam here. Down the inside. That should be DRS, but they don't have it yet.
Oh, this is gonna be.
My.
Oh yeah.
They've opened that corner up, and it actually is good for battling now.
Yeah, and they both get the DRS. So say, what's he gonna do? Nope, not gonna go for it. Smart.
Oof, little moment for Sam there. Seye went deep as well. So interesting, something we should point out, like Asylum, you were saying Asylum and Lunar on hard tires.
Yeah.
They're holding these guys in the mediums up, and that is going to pay massive dividends at the end.
I had not picked up on that, but yeah, you're absolutely right.
Asylum on the hards actually, like, he's going to have a serious pace advantage, and he's not far off the front runners. Like, there's a he's going to be a serious threat at the end of the race. Seye and Sam. Seye does get through. Nice little battle there.
Sam went really wide, and now Zmoglis is right in his gearbox.
Smells blood.
Hey, did Zem go back to the rigs?
He did. I was going to say, I don't think he went back to the rigs. I think he's like oil fields, maybe. Okay. Supervisor out there or something, but that's why he's missed a few races. So the old Louisiana oil man, Zmoglis, out there fighting for the nitty gritty. Yeah, the blue collar driver, fighting for the points.
This is good, though. There are a lot of really close battles.
Loves a plate of crawdads. Remember that one time he posted that picture of them, and I was like, buddy, you're not eating that whole thing. He's like, I'm eating the whole thing. And I was like, you're going to regret that. It was a lot of crawdads. I would say, like...
Oh, we have a safety car. No, we have VSC.
Well, see, TD, does he pit? No. Vinny's pit, though. Good call from Vinny. Sniper in the pits as well. If you're on mediums, I think you got to pit. Get onto those hards, get to the end.
T-Brum, all done. In the same spot that he...
Well, okay, so you said we didn't make predictions, but I did make that prediction well before you asked for predictions.
Yep.
Lap 3. Or lap 8, sorry.
Well, I wouldn't ask you who do you think is going to crash out.
No, but I said I don't think he's going to get through the first 10 laps because of the way he's struggled in qualifying. Like, the car is just not working for him.
Yeah, he couldn't have been too happy with the setup.
No. Alright, we got bases loaded, no outs. We're obviously getting a couple runs here, right?
I don't know.
You gotta get at least a few.
Seye is still pestering Gourd Sauce. Oh, and Gourd Sauce, did he let him go? Wow, Gourd Sauce, it did not look like he had a slide. It looked like he just moved over to let Seye go by.
I wonder if he just doesn't want to waste his... Oh, big moment there for Sam. Zmoglis gets around. But yeah, Sam had a huge tank slapper coming out of that final corner, and Zmoglis through, so hard work pays off. Tank slapper? Yep.
Scavney, oh boy. He's right up there with Lunar. Also, they're all battling for P3 here. Scavney, Lunar, and Asylum holds the position at current time, and man, I don't know how he can, that's tough, having somebody within DRS of you lap after lap after lap after lap. And Lunar is closing. So, but if Asylum can hold on just a little bit longer, like you pointed out, he's on the hards. You know, Carson, let's see, the mediums, they probably got another, what, 4 laps? Maybe Asylum, if he can hold them off, before, hold them off until Lunar pits. I'm sorry. What am I talking about? Scabney. Never mind. I'm talking about 2 drivers on hard tires. I gotta keep an eye on that.
Lunar definitely wants to get by Asylum because he's on the same strategy, but Scavney pestering them. Bad for Scavney, not such a problem, especially for Asylum. Asylum having Lunar behind him on hard tires is like the best thing right now.
Yeah, if I'm Asylum, I'm really thrilled with my race to this point. It doesn't even matter where I am. If I had Lunar behind me and I've been able to hold him off all this time,
yeah,
I'd be thrilled. Oh, we have another. Oh, in turn 14? Is that TD? Yeah, TD. A little spin. His wing is intact, and he's staying out on the track. Oh, Sam got a penalty. Sam in Denmark. Oh, Scabney gonna... Nope. I mean, this is what Asylum needs. He needs Scavney to get in there and start harassing Lunar. Lunar's probably got a little fly swatter trying to smack Scavney out of the way. Leave me alone.
Yeah, Lunar's trying to gain a place here, and he's got to worry about someone attacking from behind on a inferior strategy. I would say at this point of the race, you got to say anyone on the mediums is in rough shape.
Yeah. And neither one of these first 2 DRS zones are particularly beneficial. I haven't seen anybody gain a position in those DRS zones. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. Say joined the party.
It's been a bit of a struggle for sure, the overtaking. I think it'd be a little easier one-on-one, but with the groups of cars, it's pretty tough.
I hope Say makes it through the end of the race here. And he's already up here, P6, and he's pressuring these guys. I think he's going to jumble this lineup. I mean, this...
I mean, he's... Yeah, there's a good chance... I mean, he might be able to pull a nice undercut on these guys. I think he's quicker than all of them.
His tires are probably only got another couple laps in them. I mean, if you're going to the hards, you got to pit pretty soon. Now this is our closest battle. Battle for P3, which is where we like to see him. Carson's kind of checked out, and Mario is in another stratosphere right now. He's 3.5 seconds ahead of Carson, P2.
Yeah, it's not like a guaranteed safe gap, you know. Like he's definitely. Oh, Denmark has dropped again.
Oh, did he crash out?
Oh, yeah, he did.
2?
He did, and he left the session. Yeah.
Yeah, no safety car. Huh.
No, I just kind of realized I didn't really have any... I didn't even notice there was a DNF because I didn't see it. Yeah, it's it's a good little scrap going on here for the podium. And different strategies as well, right? So the guys on hards, I mean, they're going to be a lot quicker at the end. Mario's gap, I wouldn't say is like a lock, but it's that it's Carson that's the one closest to him that concerns me, because Carson isn't really race-winning pace generally. So I think Mario's pretty safe at the moment, but if Lunar can get himself free, I mean, he could be a problem.
Yeah, he has not been able to use the DRS to get past Asylum.
Look at the gap Say's found here on the fresh hards. I mean, I think this is gonna pay off.
Oh, Say's in the pits.
Yeah, I don't know how much of an undercut you're getting with hard tires, but I gotta figure by the end of this lap they're working better than those mediums, so... And these old hards. He could jump these guys. You're on If you're in that little group fighting for third, I would consider getting in the pits to cover off Say. Don't want him in front of you.
Yeah, that would be... Well, actually, I think that if I'm Asylum and Lunar, I'd probably stay out there. Mm-hmm. Scavney would probably consider it. Because you'd have to run 16 laps or so on the mediums. I don't think you want to do that if you don't have to. Unless you have tremendous tire wear. Tremendously.
Oh, sniper's out.
Time.
And he crashed in sector 1.
Car.
Wow. And look at these guys that are right at the pit entry. Are they going in?
Oh, jeez. Oh, what was that? That was Asylum tried to go into the pits and he bumped into, was it Carson? Oh, man. Asylum tried to get into the pits late and was rejected.
Interesting. So Asylum gonna get picked up by the safety car. Oh my goodness, that is the worst luck for Asylum.
Yep. Oh man.
You know, I gotta say, safety car is always bad for a race length, but I just ran out of wine.
Yeah, I'm running out of my double whiskey sour.
So then we got a safety car and you can refill. We're halfway through the race. Perfect timing.
Well, it takes me just a little bit more than pouring a glass of vino.
I'm already back.
Longer, I should say.
Well, there you go. So you go on your journey.
Was?
I'll take care of business here.
All right, you got it.
Yep. All right, so Mario World has dropped to P2, but Asylum has not pit. If I'm Asylum, I would just get this pit stop done. I know he's going to lose all his track position, but he needs to pit. I don't think it's beneficial to pit after the race restarts. He'll lose way more time. At least he'll be on the pack if he pits now. He's got to do it, I think. I know he was trying to go into the pits, so I have to imagine he already knows that he needs to. He's warming his tires. I mean, I guess at this point he could gamble and stay out. I mean, there could be another safety car on the restart. Does happen.
Yeah, I mean, everybody close together. Trying.
He's staying out.
Too much?
The thing is, even if we have a restart and there's another safety car, isn't he just going to end up in the same spot anyway? He's going to end up at the back on fresh tires. So what's the difference?
Yeah, you're right. Well,
unless it's in 5 or 6 laps, then it might be. Then he can put the softs on.
all right. Look at that. I didn't really miss anything.
Nope. Still gotta wait for those guys at the back to catch up.
Yeah, Asylum, very unfortunate. Having such a great race. Yeah, that kind of really, that hurt his chances.
Yeah.
Everybody behind him has pit. He's the only one to have yet pit.
It's really... I wonder if Asylum was thinking maybe I should stay out, and then saw Carson going in and was like, no, I have to pit.
Yeah.
And the thing was, he's going to the mediums too, and that has to really hurt, because he would have been on the right tire.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, it's a... What? 14 laps instead of 12? I mean, that's very doable.
It's just a pisser. I mean, I hate it when it takes away from somebody.
Yeah.
Like that. Through no fault of their own. But, you know, it's racing. It's just the way it is. Yeah, so I guess Lunar now is the... for me, he would be my favorite on the mediums.
Yep.
Mario, though, we know is quite quick, so... However,
Say as well. Don't think Say is out of it. if anybody has the outright pace to win this thing on hard tires in this range, I would say probably the guy. I would say T-Brum definitely as well, but he's not in the race anymore. Smoglis has had a spin under the safety car?
I don't know. Did he?
Looks like it.
Yeah, he is. What happened? There he is. So I'm looking at Grimm. Grimm is on some fresh mediums. Can he get by? Do you think he can move up?
Oh, Smoglis out.
Smoglis is out.
Oh my goodness, did he crash under the safety car? Looks like
Yeah,
he's hit Grimm.
Oh, what the heck?
Grimm's slow as well.
Yeah, Smoglis is out and Grimm is, it looks grim.
It has severe wing damage, yeah.
Man.
What the hell happened there?
Slow down, Zem. Zem. Safety car in this lap. Man, that's too bad. Yeah,
that's really bad. Zem is out and Grimm has no wing. He's going to have to pit now.
I think that's commentator's curse.
What part of it? What part of it's commentator's curse?
What did I say?
I don't know. What did you say?
I don't know. I thought I said commentator's curse, but
you did say that. Don't. Yeah. You think that's commentator's curse? And I was like, we weren't really talking about either of them. So.
Oh no, I just mentioned Grimm and the tire advantage that he had, and unfortunately, it didn't pan out. On the lighter side, Jinnit is still in 10th place.
Yeah, he doesn't count though, unfortunately for him.
He's pit. He's on 2-lap old hard tires.
It's funny. He's only ahead of the tier 2 guys, and obviously Grimm, who's been caught up in an incident now. But yeah, we are racing again. Green flag. Mario World putting that pressure on Asylum. Obviously going to be on the quicker tire. Lunar already through on Carson. Carson trying to hang on but can't do anything.
If you're Asylum, do you let your teammate by? He's on fresh hard tires.
Probably should, because I don't think there's much of a point in fighting. But I don't know what Asylum will gain by. I honestly think he should have just pit and gave up the lead, because this is worse.
He's moved over.
I don't think he should have even stayed out. Even if he knew he was going to be at the back, get on the same strategy.
Well, he can ride the coattails of his teammate for a little while here and hope and pray for another safety car. And again, like you pointed out, really doesn't necessarily help him out any. However, if it's at a point in the race where everybody decides to get off their current tires to get on the softs, that would be beneficial to him. Right,
Lunar flying too. Scavney and Seye going wheel to wheel. Seye trying to get by Carson now. Seye's close enough for a look, but it's not quite on. So Asylum got to play hero now and just defend.
Yeah, I mean, if you get along with your teammate, that's the thing to do at this point, because I don't think Asylum really can consider his chances of winning the race to be very strong at this point.
No.
So you got to think about the team, and I think that's exactly what he's going to do. He's a team player.
Comes Lunar. Man, Lunar is going to get through here. I gotta think.
Asylum's holding that inside position.
I think he's dumping the battery, trying to keep that place, and he did. But Mario is not making headway like he should. Like he should be putting everything through that car, trying to get away, and he's not. Like he's right there still.
I love seeing the teamwork. If Asylum is doing what he can to defend. Oh, he's
Asylum. Yeah, Asylum into the pits. I think he knew he was going to get past. He probably emptied the battery there.
That sucks.
And now Seye into third, into clear air. That is going to be a problem for Lunar and Mario.
So, oh, Asylum drops all the way down to P12, just ahead of Grim. Well, on the brighter side, Asylum, if there's another safety car, he'll probably have a few guys pit in front of him.
Here comes Carson, putting some pressure on Gord. A few penalties here. Gord, Carson, and Sam all with penalties.
It's amazing how they find each other.
It's kind of funny, actually.
Spot up triples looking to pester TD. The TD.
That's for a couple points. I mean, really, most of the cars that are actually involved are racing for something pretty important. Asylum actually could probably get himself to P8 at least, maybe P7.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say he is going to pass Matt Legend.
Well, of course. Bold claim. Bold claim.
Bold.
Yeah. I'm not even going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say he catches... he'll at least get to the back of Vinny by the end of the race. Whether he gets by, I don't know. If he gets by Vinny quick, he might be able to catch Sam.
And now TD is starting to pester Spot up. Two Tier 2 drivers. Wonderful to see them take the opportunity and get into Tier 1 racing. Love it. Glad to see that they enjoy racing that much.
Yeah, I really appreciate the extra bodies out here to fill the grid up a little bit and add some competition, even if it's for the bottom end of the order and very few points. But
no, everybody should get a point for joining Tier 1 from Tier 2.
Yeah,
just give them a free point just for being here and helping the league. I'm not trying to pressure you into anything.
Yeah, it's not happening.
I was just talking out, thinking out loud.
Yeah. Can't be bothered. Also, like, if one of those guys gets a point and someone who raced Tier 1 all season doesn't get a point all season, he's going to be like, come on, man.
That's why the league is as good as it is because sound mind people like yourself are at the helm. So
yeah. When someone suggests something, no, that's a terrible idea. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Terrible idea.
So Say is actually dropping back, which is it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. I mean, he is on the harder compound. But let's see. So Lunar's tires will be about, at the end, will be, what, 15 laps old?
Yeah.
Ish? I would say that they start losing their pace probably around lap, 12 laps or so. And again, some of these guys' tire wear is not where they'd like it to be.
You mean their tire management?
Well, tire wear. I mean, I guess you can manage your tires, but some of these setups that they have just are going to eat at the tires regardless whether they're trying to be careful or not.
Yeah, you obviously always have to take the safety car if you're even remotely close to your pit window. Even like 3-4 laps out of it, you got to take it and just work on managing. If you've ever done the tire management thing in the career mode, you kind of know the way you got to coach the car through the corners to take care of the tires.
I have no idea. I've never done the career mode.
Yeah, tire management test is actually a good one. It teaches you how to, not lean on the tire so hard.
Well, I have great tire wear according to everybody else, and their commentary on my tire wear. I don't know why or how, and I don't want to learn why. I guess I just want to keep doing what I do, and
all right.
Maybe to know would be a bad
ignorance.
thing.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I'm
It is kind of like that, though. You're kind of like, I just like it the way it is. Don't bother
yeah,
me. Don't
I
tell me
don't want to
anything.
know.
I don't want to
Right,
know.
I don't want to
You're,
know what I
you're gonna
don't
have a
know.
couple more whiskey sours, and by 11:30, you're gonna be doing tire management programs till 1 in the morning.
Yeah, you know, I could be. Been losing a
I
lot of
mean,
sleep lately.
if you've done practice lobbies where you kind of like, okay, I don't want to like push too hard, and I know what makes a tire get hot, and I know what makes a tire wear quicker. Practice lobbies where you kind of monitor your tire wear and run like a long stint on fuel is sort of learning tire management. You just don't have like the instant feedback, right? It's more about like how far can I take these things.
But you want to know the weird thing is that my setups, I usually take. Oh, we have a yellow. Who's that? That's damn Sam. Oh,
Yeah.
Sam!
Oh my
Completely lost his
goodness.
front wing. And I think we can. The re-entering of the track is pretty much moot at this, in the way that the league is set up, because he was ghosted pretty much the whole time. It's still, it still kind of cause confusion to the drivers coming up and startle them and whatnot. But yeah, so when I steal my setups from time trials, and I modify them a little bit so that it fits a little bit more like my driving style. But it's amazing when I hear that the person that I might have taken the setup from, that's not what they run during a race.
Asylum is absolutely flying here. Remember I said he could get up to Sam? Well, Sam's taken himself out of the picture. Asylum is now in P7, and he's 9.7 seconds behind Carson, who's not far off Gord. I mean, if he can catch Carson, he can get by Gord. He has 6 laps to use much fresher tires up, and he's in clear air. Interesting. We'll keep an eye on the delta there from Asylum to Carson. Keep monitoring that as we come towards the final few laps of the race. Scavney pressuring Seye.
I was
Sorry, go ahead.
No doubt that Asylum is calling for a freaking safety car. I mean, you gotta be. You're on these tires.
Yeah.
Let's get a safety car and bunch everything up. Some of the guys out front of him will definitely pit. Anyhow,
if I'm Asylum, I'm pitting too. I'm putting softs on.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't, given the number of laps left. If the guys in front of me pit, forget it. Stay out.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if 3 or 4, I mean, how many guys are going to overtake you in 2 or 3 laps?
Yeah.
Carson's starting to pressure Gord Sauce a little bit. Fresher tires, 2 laps. Yeah, Silence is catching Carson, but not at a rate that would bring him to his gearbox.
No, it's been about a lap, and he's got a second. He needs to do about 1.3 seconds a lap, I think, to catch up to these guys. Their tires will be a little... the hards are probably okay. It really depends on how hard Gord and Carson end up fighting, if Asylum can get some cheap gains on them. So
Lunar is getting pretty close to the oh man, but his tires are 11 laps old.
Mm-hmm.
He's half a second off DRS. And again, some of these guys can have tremendous tire wear where they'll get maybe 2, 3, 4 laps more out of their tires than others. However, it looks like he's lost 0.3 of a second going through that final sector.
Yeah, I think Lunar's probably kind of hit the wall with those mediums. I don't think he's going to find much more pace.
He's got him in sector 2. I'm sorry. It was beginning of sector 1.
Yeah, Asylum now 7.5 behind Carson. Not really making the inroads we need to see to actually see a scrap here. But nonetheless, he made it to P7, which is one more spot than I thought he could easily achieve. So
now Lunar is within just over a second. He's within a second.
Oh my, yeah, he's turned it up. And Carson, right on board here.
Battery. He's got 3% battery life left, but. And what does Mario have? Mario has 46.
I wonder if Lunar's thinking, my tires are almost at the end of their great grip cycle. Maybe I should use the battery up to try and get that DRS range and get some slipstream and some tow and then recover the battery and then try to make a move. That's about the only chance he's got.
And if nothing else, I would want to just have Mario World be looking in his rearview mirror at me. You know, giving him something to think about. Maybe it's just forcing him into an error.
So, hold on a second. We kind of counted Asylum out here. Both the guys in front of him are on 3-second penalties. So Asylum just needs to get within 3 seconds of these two guys that are pretty much nose to tail. TD with 3 and Vinny with 3, Sam with 6. And now Mario.
3-second penalty.
My goodness. Mario World. Wow.
Damage your tires, Lunar.
Yeah, now it's just
Lunar.
It's just get it home now for Lunar.
Yeah, I think Lunar's emotions just changed drastically from ho-hum to ooh, yes.
Yep. Scavney as well, also almost in the DRS range of Seiya. He's done a nice job kind of just chipping away at that gap. Carson now down the inside. Not quite there. Carson very close though.
Gordon
The two laps
slippery.
difference seems to be becoming a issue.
Yeah, 15 lap old hard tires. That's going to be hard for Gord Sauce to keep him behind him for this entire lap.
I mean, Carson really has every opportunity here. He has to make this move stick.
And
does. Great job.
Yep.
Scavney now in the DRS range of Seiya, and Mario World, and Lunar is into the DRS of Mario World. So we got 2 laps to go, and it is shaking up to be a wild finish here in Australia.
Yeah, and Lunar obviously just needs to bring it home. And that's not a bad feeling. Particularly when it's for the race win.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. Gord Sauce has said, basically, Carson, hey, you know, my tires may be 2 laps older than yours, but I got DRS, and there's only 2 laps left.
So Lunar ahead on the penalty. Mario looks like he's not doing great with those hard tires at this stage, but he's doing enough to keep Lunar out of the DRS range.
Grim putting the move on Matt Legin. It's side by side. That's crazy. I know that you said that they reduced it, but that was way too difficult.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
So we are in the final lap. And Asylum is at 4.1 seconds behind, so he just needs to make up a second plus. Let me check. I'll check the penalties again just in case we missed something.
Yeah, Lunar not quite close enough to Mario World. Looks like Mario World going to finish ahead on track, but Lunar will take the win.
Asylum down to 3.8.
Yeah, he's really got to push hard here. Everything he's got left in the tank.
He's going to have a wonderful third sector. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to be there for him. Say up to P3. That he's going to be happy with that after a quali ban.
All right, so Mario World is going to cross the line, and first he is going to drop to P2. Lunar Jedi wins the race. Seye brings it home on the podium. Great result for him. Scavney fourth. Carson under pressure from Gord as they cross the line, but Carson will finish ahead. P5 for Carson. Gord in P6. Asylum does not take enough time out of those two and finishes 7/10 behind. Spot up triple is going to bring it home in 8th place. TD is going to pick up a couple points. He's ahead of Vinny, both carrying penalties. Vinny, Vinny with a spin on the final corner. Is that a puncture for Vinny?
It looks like it. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it looks like the left rear may be punctured, but I can't tell. It may have just been a spin. Either way, he took himself out of the picture there for the, it was Grim and Janet and Sam crossing the line to end out the race. All right. That was a good race, man. There was a lot of good battles throughout the whole race.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
It was quality. I enjoyed it.
Oh, I didn't take notes. Ha ha ha.
I think I'll figure it out.
The first few times I did this, I was like, oh, I'm going to be prepared. I'm going to take notes. Haven't done it.
What is Janet saying? Might as well remove me from roster. What?
Why? What happened? Just, what?
He's saying because the ISP ruined his season to remove him from the roster. Come on, man. This happened once in, like, 4 years that he's been here. Like, come on. You'll get over it.
He's going to have to. I'll go to fucking England and whip his ass.
Yeah, Janet, what the hell, man? GP is going to have to fly to England to kick your ass because you're being a little bitch. Listen, I understand. I totally get it. Like, you feel robbed. It's frustrating. Janet never misses a race. Like, that is, It's a pure robbery. Like, you got screwed. But it has happened to almost everybody in league racing. Sometimes things just happen. It's like a freak fluke, and you just get screwed out of things. There's no way by Monday next week Janet will still feel like this. He's going to be like, if I remove him from the roster, he'll be begging me to put him back on it by Thursday. So, how about we just skip the process and we just say, show up next week, your internet is fine, it has always been fine, you'll be back.
Just tell him you have to think about it. and wait until next week.
No.
Now, Janet's had to deal with worse than
you know what it is? It's karma because he keeps harassing Seye for retiring on track 3 weeks ago. So the internet robbed you of a race tonight because you won't just stop bugging him. That's what happened.
Let me ask you this. So
karma.
Well, I'll let you invite these guys before I cloud your mind with petty, not petty, with worthless information. Say Mario World and Lunar.
Say Mario World and Lunar. Yeah, sorry, I was getting distracted on my little rant there. Janet quitting.
Well, Janet's in it to win it. He needs to change his name back.
He's not quitting.
Hey, so one of my favorite little treats. My parents are from Canada, and so I was born here in the States, though, and we would go visit my grandparents annually, anyways. And there were these little square chocolate cakes that had a like caramel swirl at the top. What the heck are they called? Do you know what it is?
Can you describe it again? I'm just looking for these guys.
So it's it's a square little cake, 2x2 maybe, and then there is like a caramel swirl.
An Nanaimo bar?
I don't know. I think it's got like a frosted swirl and then caramel in the middle of it, and it's all covered in chocolate. I don't know. I was going to suggest that we send that to Janet. To
I think it's
make him feel
a Canadian thing. I feel like it's
yeah.
whatever it is that you're assigning to our country as some sort of
I am going to
Exclusive
find
dessert? I have no idea what you're talking about. So
I
either
am gonna.
the description is way off, or you're completely inaccurate about what are Nanaimo
Well,
bars are like a national treasure dessert for
well,
Canada.
you send me a picture if you can. When you have a chance, if you can, send me a picture and I'll tell you whether it's.
I'll get that right now. I don't think it has caramel though.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the name doesn't. I mean, we've recently, like over the
No,
past
there's no
maybe
way.
15, 20 years, had it here.
There's nothing. There's nothing that looks like a swirl.
It comes in a 2-pack, right? And
Oh
they're
wait,
square.
is it a Joe Louis?
Maybe that sounds a little bit familiar.
A Joe Louis or like a little Debbie cake or something like that?
Well, there's
I think
two
I know
in a
what you're
pack,
talking about.
and they're square, and they got a little circle of. I think it's like maybe a frosting of some sort.
Yeah, I
And
think I know what you're talking
In the middle
about.
of that, it's like caramel, but I believe that the whole thing is covered in. Anyways,
It's like
it
a
was
little.
one of my
It's
favorites.
like a little pastry that you pull out of like a little plastic pack, right? And it goes in your
Yeah.
lunch every day.
Not my lunch.
When you were a kid, though. When you were a kid.
No, when I was a kid, we didn't have that here. We can only find it in Canada. We're going back like 100 years.
What the
Oh,
hell are you
buddy.
guys talking about?
Oh, buddy, I found it, man. I know exactly what it is.
Okay, cool.
GP, look in the tier 1 chat. Before you start the interviews, I don't care how long this goes anymore,
Okay.
because
I
this is
got
what
my
you're
phone
talking
right now.
about, right? T1 chat, right
Let's
there.
see. Tier 1 chat. Let me get to it. Tier 1 chat, little picture. Let's see, where is it? All the way down here. That's it! That's it! That is it.
I
You're
can't
absolutely
believe
right.
I fucking got it. But the
And
other
I
ones
would
are really
send that
good too.
to
Have you
Jen.
ever had those other ones? The Nanaimo bars, scroll up a little bit.
Oh. Scroll up a little bit. No.
You've never
I
had
have
one of
not.
those? Oh man,
No,
they're
so
like
that's the Canadian treasure?
they're like a very, I don't know how to describe them. But like that yellow part is like very fluffy and airy, and then the rest of it is just like I don't know how to describe it. You just gotta have one. I don't even really
Okay.
think they're that great. I
I'll
just
go-
like fucking always eat them at the buffet, you know? You go to the buffet and Nanaimo bars are out, you're like, I'm having a couple of them, I don't care.
Alright, I just gotta change
Anyways.
my settings, my audio settings for a second.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I just want to take out the music in the background. Because now I'm adept at that. And that's about the only thing I'm adept at.
I learned how to do this once, and now I will
Yep.
never forget.
Alright, and who do we got here? We have everybody. Okay, so the finishing order was Seiya third, Mario second, and Luna first. So we'll start with Seiya. Seiya, congratulations! You served your quali ban and you finished on the podium. Jeez, you got to be really thrilled about that.
I have a headache.
Yeah, all right, move on. I don't want to hear about his
Okay.
goddamn headaches anymore.
That's it, that's
every
it.
fucking
Thank you.
week.
Mute
Every
yourself.
yeah, get out of here.
All right, say let's forget about how you feel about that kind of stuff. How do you feel about the race?
That was stressful.
It was because you had a
It was
headache.
Stressful. Cool. Why was it stressful? I mean,
I was running on 2 warnings the entire race.
Oh, that can be stressful. So, all right. Well, you're not obviously going to get into too much detail, so I'm gonna forego the questions for you for the moment. I know you're going to hang out, and I'm going to go to Mario World. Mario, sorry, buddy, you had the lead in like on lap 27 or so. You got that penalty. How long had you been carrying 2 warnings?
Not even that long, honestly. The hards were just like, I had such bad understeer on those hards, I could not keep it on the track. It was like I got my first warning on like lap 20, and then I think like back-to-back laps I got the second and third warning. I was trying my best to keep it on, I just could not.
So do you think that you were pressing a little bit too hard to get those penalties, or no?
honestly,
pressing too hard?
I think it was just setup based. Like even when I was practicing, like it was really hard to keep the car on the track on the hards. But it was what I practiced most with. I wasn't gonna really change anything. But yeah, I did definitely, like, I didn't really have the opportunity to slow down at all because I was, barely keeping Lunar out at DRS for like I don't know how many laps in a row. Like he was just over a second and a half. So I didn't really have the opportunity to kind of slow down a little bit through those turns.
So
just unlucky.
So when on the restart, the last restart, you had your teammate in front of you, Asylum. Were you guys in a chat together discussing, teamwork, team orders?
No, definitely. I don't think team orders, but
not team orders, but that's.
No, we were talking. So we got the start really good. We both pulled like a second and a half to the car behind. Then we got onto that like longer straight section. He just told me to go by. So like he moved over. He let me go through. And then I think he pit like 1 or 2 laps later. He just got so unlucky with that safety car. Like the time was terrible because he was out, and I know he had the pace to easily be on the podium.
Absolutely.
If not ahead of me, if he had those mediums on, he would have been right behind me with mediums. Like, so he got really unlucky.
Yeah, he tried to get in the pits, and I just kind of caught it from the helicopter view. It's like, I think he tire to tire, left tire set to right tire set into Carson. Both of them were trying to get to the pits at the same time. However, Asylum had kind of missed the pit entry. I don't know if it was timing of when the safety car notification came out or not, but he could not get in. He had to stay out and go around again. And Bigga and I were like, "Oh, that's just bad time. Not bad timing, bad luck, really." But when you came back out and you had your teammate in front of you, it's like, okay, these guys are going to be communicating, and things are going to be all right for Mario, but unfortunately for Asylum, it didn't work out. And he really had, you alluded to it, he had the pace and the tires if he had been able to come into the pits on that safety car.
Yeah, exactly. Like we were doing practice, a couple days ago or whatever. Like me and him had such like similar pace on the same type of tire, so I know with him being on those mediums, one spot behind me, instead of and me being on the hards, I know he had the pace to clear and challenge for the lead easily or go win the race. So it's really unlucky for him when that safety car came out. But
yeah, that's cool. I like hearing that you guys practice together, but really I like knowing that you guys talk together during the race. That's so beneficial. And but kudos to you. Unfortunately, you had that 3-second penalty at the most inopportune time, but still nonetheless a great race result. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And Lunar Jedi,
hey.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So we were watching a race, Bigga and I, and it was like, I don't think Luna's going to get him, and then that 3-second penalty came up.
Yeah.
My comment to Bigga was like, you probably were like, whatever, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa. And so what went through your mind? How were you feeling before that you saw that 3-second penalty come up, and then how did that change your approach, if it did at all, after you saw it?
So I'd like to think I tried my hardest to get that penalty on Mario. Just stick within close to DRS range, just outside it. And then, I don't know why, but he had a bad sector 3, or like, he didn't gap me the usual amount that he does in sector 3. I was like, okay, I have like 30%, I'm just gonna dump it and get really close and then keep the pressure there, because our pace was like pretty up and down. Like in the sectors that I was fast, I'd go to like 1.6, 1.7. Sectors he was fast, I'd go up to like 1.9. So I was like, you know what, let's just do the same thing, but like 1.1 and 1.4. Hopefully there's a bit more pressure. I was just hoping for a mistake. I didn't believe I didn't think the penalty thing would happen. I was just hoping for a mistake to get into DRS range. And
yeah, as we were watching, and we were measuring. It's like, okay, Lunar is like within a second and a half, whatever, and it was going up and down. And all of a sudden it was like, big, hey, look, it's like within a second. And so I hopped on board with you, and I think your battery you used your battery down to like 3 or 5%, something like that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I bet he's like trying to pressure him just a little bit, maybe force him into a mistake. I don't know if that happened before or after the penalty. But when you just said that, I was like, yeah, I was thinking, that's all you can do, right?
Yeah.
When you're back there and he's got the pace that he does, you need to try to do something to maybe look back at you all the time or force him into some sort of mistake.
Exactly. And honestly, Asylum thought that Asylum had like the best teamwork possible. He made me dump like 70% on the second lap after the restart. Like, he was going out, and it was too late. Like, I already committed to like 50% of my battery pack by then, and it was like I had to go through Carson. Then I was like, I have to get this overtake because I've already expended this much battery. Nope, didn't happen. And then I saw Mario's pace on the mediums too. I was like, oh shoot, oh man, like I can't even because I was running like a bit lower downforce, so couldn't even dump some battery to get into DRS and then just get carried a bit. Like, that's what I was trying to do in the first half of the race. But yeah, I feel fortunate that I came out with the win. I think I would have been happy with the podium. So I did what I could. I controlled what I could, and yeah, just happy to come out with the win.
Well, yeah, it's a great race, and unfortunate for Mario that he got that penalty. And by the sounds of it, it was the setup for him, and it kind of, I guess in reality, he may have been pressured a little bit, having you that close to him.
Yeah.
But regardless, great job, all
Thanks.
three of you, really. I mean, that was
Yeah.
just a real joy to watch. There was always a battle. I think it was for the podium. I mean, pretty much the entire race.
Yeah.
There was a 3 or 4 car battle for the podium position. So great race.
Yeah, the safety car part was also crazy. So Asylum actually hit me when he was trying to go into the pits, and I didn't know how to handle it. Like, there's like one part of me is like, no, I'm not making space for you, but at the same time I feel bad. It's like the safety car is just going to screw him over. So I'm like in the pit lane, and then I see Asylum try to come in, and then he hits my wheel. Like, I'm sorry, but like I have to go in.
Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta maintain your position, and
I felt bad. I thought he'd come back behind me or something, but like when he went out, it's just annoying because the safety car timing for where me and Asylum were, we just finished the second last turn, and then it went full yellow. Asylum was basically, next to the dotted part of the pit lane entry, whereas I was right behind it. Like, you can't do anything. It's just
and I think if he had yeah, he did, and it was really unfortunate. It really, really affected his race. But it seemed like if he had continued to try to get into the pits with you, I think he would have hit the wall. So
yeah, I know
he had to bail. He had to bail, and to no fault of yours at all. I mean, you can't have 2 cars in one spot.
Timing. Yeah, exactly. It was a shame. It was a good fight too.
I'm gonna just ask. I'm gonna talk to Say again. Congratulations, Lunar.
Thanks.
I'm gonna give Say another chance here to be positive. Say, you have anything positive to tell us about your race tonight?
At least I finished on the podium. That was difficult.
Perfect. Well, you had where'd you start? I mean, you started way at the back of the field, almost in last place because you couldn't qualify.
16.
Yeah.
17.
I mean, and you're on the podium, so really, I mean, if I were you, I'd be like singing and dancing, with kind of ho-hum. I mean, I think you're kind of getting a little comfortable here. What do you think?
I mean, like, I'm excited that I'm on the podium. Like, I don't sound very excited about it. I'm tired. But, like, I know there's still work to be done. I'm still behind Lunar in the standings, and I have to chase him down.
Well,
So,
I'm glad you know where you stand in the standings, because a good fight is what we want to see, and tonight we got it. We keep getting it. I mean, awesome job from everybody in Tier 1. So congratulations to everybody, and congratulations to all three of you for podium. I'm going to hand it over to Arbiga, our founder.
Doing founder things. A busy man over
Watching
here
baseball.
while you've been... No, actually. Been dealing with something else that you'll see shortly.
Sorry.
But yeah, no. Also kind of watching baseball. I was trying to do 3 things at once there. But yeah, we'll wrap it up. Obviously, Australia this week for Tier 2. I believe we're in Australia for F2 as well. Is that a thing that, like a happy accident that happened? I said that earlier tonight, but I think we also... Let's see real quick. Yeah, we are in Australia for F2 as well. So it's Australia all week, baby. F2 Thursday, Tier 2 Wednesday. Thanks to the podium finishers for stopping in, GP for running the interviews. Appreciate you all being here. Obviously, we run very late tonight. GP went wild with the interviews. Good old 12. Dude. No, it's okay. I was very busy anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Trying to support the team, you know.
Yeah, no. If you're running with it, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna set you free. I'm gonna take the leash off and let you run wild.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for that.
yeah, no problem. All right, guys. So we'll see you Wednesday for Tier 2, and then I'll probably be here for F2 on Thursday. Hopefully, somebody else is doing Wednesday Tier 2. For God's sakes, please, somebody stream that race for me. No headaches that day. Make sure you drink lots of water first thing in the morning. All right. All right. Anyways, have a good night.